All right, y'all boys, we back with another video. So I was going to originally do a live stream for the stream that was coming for Shibuya that they basically mentioned. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that, where they said that they were going to do a live stream on the 25th, which obviously is today. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the little like story preview that they got going up here, right? So let's get right into it and see what's going on here.
バカ。
バカだな。
鮭。
でも
言うまでもなく。
最強。1分だ。
五条先生一人にやらせる？俺たちにもできることがあるでしょ
う。だからそれをしに今から渋谷に行くんだよ。
その条件下であれの1分。猛邁な人間ども。その一生を幾千積み重ねても釣り合わんぞ。
1分と言ってもね。やあ、サトル。は？久しいね。五条悟の脳内時間で1分だ。獄門橋開門。
All right, so there's the story preview that we got, and it's really nice. As you can see, there was a couple of things that they did tease in the actual trailer, right? So obviously they did show Gojo here. Now this doesn't mean that we're gonna get a Gojo character. It's literally related to the actual story that we're getting, right? So there has nothing to do with Gojo. I know other people were thinking, oh, okay, yeah, we're getting Gojo, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, we're not getting Gojo. Gojo probably won't be for some time, if I believe so, right? So first off here, we already can tell that this is definitely a character. So this is going to be the special animation for Mei Mei, right? As you already know, we had Mei Mei in the files for God knows how long. Not obviously not her character and everything, but more so the bonding, which is we're finally seeing her actually finally into the game now with, of course, you know, her art is here as well. We see Jogo a little bit, so there's definitely going to be something going on with Jogo. We do have Gojo over here, you know, confronting we do have Gojo over here confronting Jogo and Hanami. And then obviously he's tired here. I'm pretty sure this is just like a cutscene for like the Shibuya arc story. And then obviously, you know, he starts reminiscing about, you know, the past with him and Geto and shit. And yeah, obviously, you know, Kenjaku's a disgusting dirty rat for doing that, but yeah. So anyways, that's going to be story preview. Let's move on to the next tab, right? So on the next tab here, we can see that we have some other information here. Now, what this is basically we're going to be getting 100 tickets for the new banner. So this is going to be the new Shibuya chapter celebration. So this is not going to be for Meimei's banner. So as you already know, we did see Meimei earlier in the actual story preview. Meimei is going to be a character that we're going to be receiving in the future, but these 100 tickets that we're getting is not going to be for Mei Mei. It's going to be for a different banner, right? So just keep that in mind. Don't think, oh, okay, we're getting these tickets. Yeah, we're going to be able to get Mei Mei, you know, hopefully with these 10 multis. No, that's not how it works. They're going to be for a separate banner. All right, so next up we have Mei Mei. So we do have the character art here, right? Because the official Twitter did post it. So I'm going to be real with you. I think this is probably one of my favorite arts in the entire game. Like, no joke. Because there's a lot of detail into it with obviously all the forest, and then obviously the forest has no like leaves or anything like that. You have all the branches, you have all the crows, you have of course Mei Mei. She's looking good as fuck here, you know, fucking fat, thick as fuck, you know. And then obviously we have, you know, the moon in the background. Obviously the moon doesn't have like a lot of high quality detail, but it definitely looks very nice, especially with all the shine that's you know, popping up behind her. I really like it. So it's definitely going to be one of my favorite arts in the game, for sure. Obviously, she is a character, as you know, that I've been waiting for a long time. I don't really spend on JP. We'll see if I manage to get her on JP. If not, I mean, we'll just wait for Global. It's fine. Global is like speeding up very rapidly, so we should be able to get her very soon, maybe in a few months from now. Maybe by the time summer rolls around, we'll probably have her. Maybe like July, I'm thinking. So yeah, that's going to be Mei Mei and her character art. It looks stunning. I love it. Let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be more so the information. So as you already know, when they do a live stream, they do kind of give us like some information on these skills, but they don't give us like a direct or a more detailed information on what it does. Just more so, okay, this is like the surface level of what this skill does. So we're going to have, of course, the passive, right? So the passive is if your own HP is 70% or less at the start of the turn, one time during battle, it will recover your own cursed energy for 4 turns. It also says increase his own taijutsu and jujutsu damage. So I'm pretty sure that's probably also going to be maybe permanently, or is it going to be 4 turns as well? I don't know. It doesn't really specify. So we're just going to assume that. We're just going to assume that it's just going to be a permanent taijutsu or jujutsu damage increase. Unless it's just a passive that just literally has it all the time, right? Because that could also be it. And there's not really any specifications. It could just be a permanent passive, like, you'll just have, okay, permanent 50% taijutsu and, jujutsu damage. So basically physical and curse. Next up, we have the first skill. So the first skill is going to increase your own damage dealt and the enemy's damage taken, which is very nice, because what's this very, very similar to is Hollow Purple Gojo, where he's able to debuff the enemy and also increase his own damage. So I can't wait to see how this plays out. Hopefully it is not a lot of cursed energy cost. If it's low, like 20 cursed energy or even a little bit less, that would be good. I want to see for how long the duration is, so that way we can see if we're able to stack this up multiple turns, or if it's only going to be one time, kind of very similar to Hollow Purple Gojo. Because even though Hollow Purple Gojo is for 2 turns, obviously you're going to have that 1 turn that you nuke, so technically it's only for 1 turn. Then we have the next skill. So the next skill just says deals melee AoE damage. So as you can see, she's doing AoE cleave damage, which is nice, because I definitely feel like she should have a cleave in her kit. So that's going to be very nice to see. Just judging based off of what her passive skill had, though, we can just already tell that she's going to be a blend, a combined damage dealer, kind of like Nanami. So we'll see how she also turns out with that. Memories are going to be kind of a little bit iffy there. Not going to be the worst, but obviously you have like those goated memories, like non-standard and like-minded sisters and stuff like that. We'll see kind of how her like overall modifiers are on this character. If she leans more towards physical, I wouldn't mind that at all, because like-minded sisters will help her rapidly shoot out her ultimate. Next up, we have the ultimate. So the ultimate is going to deal 2 melee taijutsu damage with different multipliers to the selected enemy. I don't think there's a character I could reference based off of this, but we'll just have to see how it does in action, within play. So we're done with that. We're done talking about Mei Mei. She is red too. Keep that in mind. So if you don't have Yuta and you don't have Toji, she's definitely going to probably be a good option to pick up, depending on how valuable her kit is. Either way, I'm still going to be pulling for her regardless, and I'm probably going to be using her over Yuta and Toji anyways, because I'm not a big Yuta fan. As you know, I don't like Yuta. And Toji, he's nice, but I basically use him all the time. I feel like I need some variety out here. So Meimei is definitely going to be one of those varieties where I'm literally going to goon every fucking game I play. But yeah, let's move on to the next piece of, info that we did get. All right, so next up we have this. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is this? Well, this is going to be a Shibuya story map progression, and it's going to have a unique time period featured based on the story. So, I mean, it says time-based, so I'm going to assume that everything that you do is going to be within specific times that you want to do these. I'm not too entirely sure, because like I said, it is new. It's a new feature. It's very unique. So we're probably going to get more details on it a little bit later. But that's nice that they're going to kind of add a little bit of more different type of story events. Like as you know, we already have like the standard, okay, you just beat all of these and then you just spam the boss, and then you have the other one that's the map event, and then with the score boss. Now we have this one, and I'm hoping we kind of see a little bit more variety in terms of different types of story events to kind of keep it fresh. But this is going to be one of the newest ones. As you can see, there's a lot to unpack on the screen. We'll go in depth more later on when they actually do release this though. All right, so next up, we're going to have some new banners. Now, these are going to be the new Shibuya chapter celebration banners. They're going to be paid GSSR gachas, right? So you're going to have characters like Team Gojo in it, Team Geto, Toji, Mai, Nobara, Mekamaru, Miwa, Maki, Megami, SSR Yaga, Inumaki, and these are all relatively new characters as well. So that means that this paid banner here is definitely going to be high value, just because if you don't have any of these characters, you're going to be able to get them now. Obviously, keep in mind that this is paid banners. These are paid banners. So if you don't have money, well, I mean, it's unfortunate. If you are a free-to-play player, you're not going to be getting anything out of it. We're also going to be getting a paid GSSR, of course, for memories. As you can see, we have like Sukuna's memory in here. We have the memory that came with Domain Gojo, which is super powerful if you don't have it. And then a bunch of other good memories as well. Obviously, I myself wouldn't recommend ever summoning on a paid GSSR memory banner just because like these recollections aren't anything that you have to go out of your way for. There's plenty of good free to play options. So yeah, if you're like a goldfish, yeah, probably only the page SSR of the characters. The memory's not so much. If you're a whale, fuck it. Why are you even bothering? You're gonna probably summon on both. All right, so next up, what we have here is going to be the new story event. So this is going to be time equals money and lie, and it's going to come with a gacha. Obviously, this, you know, I mean, yeah, obviously, fucking Mei Mei is literally on it. So yeah, this is going to be the new story event. We're going to move on to the next thing because there's not much to talk about here. This is the gacha, right? Obviously. Then there's going to be the memory that's going to also be in the gacha. Well, I say gacha, but like, you know what I mean, right? There's going to be gacha, and then this obviously, you know, the story events as well. This one's gonna look. I really like the art of this one. They did show it in the trailer preview thing, with Jogo and Hanami confronting Gojo. So I can't wait to get my hands on this one too. And this art is really good too. I mean, yeah, I know I'm a fucking Meimei glazer. Fuck you. Next up, we're gonna get some new additions. So we're gonna get some hidden potential buffs, right? So the, you know, weekly boss thing. So we're gonna have Jogo. He's gonna get buffed. He really needs one, and I really feel like they should have just buffed him normally, aside from making it from his potential release or whatever you call it. Just because he's already bad as it is. So now you have to invest into a bad character to make him good, which doesn't make any sense when you have characters who are pretty decent and then you invest into them to make them better. But yeah, his domain is going to be a lot more powerful, and then obviously they're going to be buffing, you know, his skill 1 and skill 2 by adding burns and shit like that. So he might be a lot better, but I feel like he needed a lot more buffs than just, you know, the hidden potential release buff. So we'll see. Then we're going to have Red Nobara. The effect from the nail count is going to be more powerful on her. So, I mean, that's going to be good. I mean, that's her whole literally like kit. Then we're going to have Saki. Saki's buff effect from taking hit is going to be more powerful now. It was already powerful before. The problem is I don't know. On paper, she seems like she's gonna hit like a fucking demon, but then when you play her, she plays like ass. So I don't know if this is gonna be an amazing change to her or not. I'm just hoping that it is, or maybe they need to add some more stat multipliers on her or something. It's just she's very risky for low reward. It's like, you know, high risk, less reward. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Now, before I talk about what's on screen, there's also going to be a 500 days from release celebration and all that. And they're also going to have an official website store for buying, you know, kaiju, the cubes. So just wanted to put that out there beforehand before we start talking about this. Now, as you can see here, this is obviously tower. We're going to be getting more tower floors. So we're going to have a lot more than we did previously. So when we did get the tower floor increase, we only got like 10. This time we're going to be getting 20. So we're going to have floors 61 to 80. So we're going to have a lot more floors to do. And I bet your fucking ass they're going to be tough, right? Because now that we're getting these, you know, hidden potential buffs and shit like that, like the, you know, SP shit from the weekly bosses, that shit is going to be a lot harder, because now I feel like they're going to be starting to cater to a lot of that by ramping up the characters' multipliers and shit like that. I'm kind of hoping they don't, and they kind of lean to kind of like a balance, so that way we don't feel like there's always a power creep on top of another character, although there usually is with gachas because that's how they sell. I'm just trying to say, like, keep the options more balanced, so that way even the weaker characters can still do it, they just won't do it as easy. Things like that. So yeah, that's basically going to be all the information that we received regarding the stream and all that. There's a little bit more, but I just wanted to talk about this mainly, you know, with all the towers, the new Meimei, you know, the new story event, the new kind of like story map shit that we get for Shibuya. And then obviously, you know, we got a bunch of other things that are getting added to, you know, we're going to get 100 free tickets, things like that. There's quite a bit of stuff, you know, so I just wanted to put that out there, get this all, you know, into one video, and then I'll talk about the other stuff, which is kind of like the roadmap and all that. I'm going to talk about that in a different video, just because I might want to analyze a little bit and talk about some things in the future that might happen or might not happen. Anyways, appreciate y'all boys for watching. That's going to be all the information we have today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.